Hello, everybody, and happy NFL schedule release day. I'm Reggie Chapman, and there's no better example of the power the National Football League has than the fanfare that comes with this day, and I'm really excited just to add to it. 2023, it's a big year for the Atlanta Falcons after a summer of offseason moves and an interesting draft that saw them take running back Bijan Robinson in the top 10. We learned Thursday their schedule, so allow me to break it down a little bit. So here's a full look. We'll start with this, like normal, home and home for all the division rivals in the NFC South. The Dirty Birds hoping to finish higher than their last place finish in 2022. The biggest headline is a game we learned about on Wednesday as the Falcons will play overseas against the Jaguars in London on October 1st. So let's just talk about some of these games. Let's go through the schedule. We start with week 1, where there's going to be plenty of eyes as it's the debut for number 1 overall pick Bryce Young as the Falcons host the Panthers. This Falcons team going up against a Panthers team that finished second in the division a year ago, but also have a new head coach in Frank Reich. Last year, the Falcons and the Panthers split wins at home. Game 1 of the season set for September 10th. They'll play them again in Charlotte in Week 15. All right, Week 2 will be another team with plenty of change in the offseason as the Packers come to town. Aaron Rodgers is gone, as well as multiple players that went with him to the New York Jets. So here comes Jordan Love as the new quarterback for the Cheeseheads. 1 p.m. kick on September 17th. Week 3 will be the first road test for the Dirty Birds. Headed to Detroit to face off with the Lions team that had a potent offense last season. They'll look a little bit different this year as their former corner Jeff Okudah is now part of the Falcons. Running back DeAndre Swift is also gone after the team drafted former Georgia Tech star Jahmyr Gibbs. These two teams played in the preseason last year where we saw Desmond Ridder lead a game-winning drive. Now he's back, headed to Ford Field as QB1. All right, then it's across the pond we go. Falcons, Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in London on October 1st. The first of 5 matchups being played overseas in 2023 around the NFL. Atlanta was last there 2 years ago, the place where tight end Kyle Pitts scored his first NFL touchdown. The Jags, meanwhile, led by local Cartersville product Trevor Lawrence. All right, then it's back to the A for 2 straight at home. The Texans and their new-look team coming to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on October 8th, the place we last saw former Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud play lights out against Georgia in the Peach Bowl. They also added local Dutchtown product Will Anderson after trading up to number 3 in the draft. All right, it's time for Week 6. Commanders come to town next October 15th. Last year, they had some quarterback concerns. Carson Wentz was hurt and honestly just not very good. Local Collins Hill product Taylor Heineke was a starter for a lot of their season, and now he's on the Falcons as a backup. Sam Howell will be slated to be the starter out in Washington. All right, October 29th. Welcome back to Nashville, Arthur Smith, the Falcons head coach, the former OC for the Titans, a team who returned some talent from last year, including Derrick Henry. The question, of course, if we'll get a chance to see second-round pick Will Levis at quarterback by this point. Back to the division we go now, and another odd quarterback situation. Happy news for the Falcons, who won't have to see Tom Brady again after retiring. In comes Baker Mayfield, who will run the show in Tampa. They'll play against the Buccaneers in Week 7 and Week 14. Now ahead, November 5th, Falcons back at home hosting the Vikings, a team that was good last year before going out really sad in the first round of the playoffs. The Kirk Cousins, the Justin Jefferson connection, I'll be honest, is still really, really potent. Another 1 p.m. kickoff at the Benz. Then wrapping up the first 10 weeks, the Falcons head to Arizona. They look a little bit different this year as well, with Cliff Kingsbury out and Jonathan Gannon in as head coach. There's also question marks about how quarterback Kyler Murray may look after tearing his ACL in December. So after a bye, the first of 2 matches with the dreaded black and gold, the New Orleans Saints. Week 12 on November 26th in Atlanta, as well as the final week of the regular season in Week 18. After a couple of years of some quarterback questions, Derek Carr joins after leaving Vegas. 2 chances for a new Falcons DC, Ryan Nielsen, to face off against his former squad. All right, we talked about the Packers in Week 2. No Aaron Rodgers then. Fans will have to wait until Week 13 at MetLife Stadium. Lots of firepower on that roster that I'm sure will be humming by that point. Falcons will have to bring their A game out to MetLife Stadium. All right, Falcons likely going up against another rookie quarterback in Week 16. The Colts drafting Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson, number 4 overall in the draft. Fun viewing that we'll get to see on Christmas Eve. How about this? The Falcons, maybe their coldest game of the year will probably be Week 17 at Chicago on New Year's Eve. They'll take on local product Justin Fields for the 2nd straight year. Last year against his hometown team, the Harrison grad only had 153 yards and got pretty beat up along the way. So as of right now, no primetime games for the Falcons this year. They could be flexed into some later in the year. Bye week, like I said, set for week 11. Rookie minicamp gets underway this weekend, so stick with 11 Live all weekend to keep you updated on the newest Falcons. Thanks for watching, everybody.